Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to make my classic white bread in a 9-inch Pullman loaf pan. This is a 9x4x4 Pullman loaf pan. Now I've showed you how to make this loaf in a 13-inch Pullman loaf pan, but you've been asking me to show you how to make it in a 9-inch. So that's what I'm going to do today. This is a fantastic sandwich bread. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's light, has a great texture, and I know you're going to like this recipe. So to get started, we're going to start with a half a cup of lukewarm milk. You want this to be about 100 to 110 degrees. Just put that right on into a stand mixer. Now I'm using my Nutrimil Artiste mixer. You can use a Bosch, a KitchenAid, a Zacme, any kind of mixer that you want, or you can even whip this up by hand too. If you like to bake by weight instead of volume, that was 126 grams of warm milk. Now, I like to use whole milk in my baking, but you can use a lower fat milk, a skim milk, a milk alternative like oat milk. Any of those will work just fine in this recipe. Now, after the milk, now we want to add some water. I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of warm water. Just the same as the milk, you want it to be about 100 to 110 degrees. Just put that right on into your mixing bowl. This was about 168 grams of water. I'm going to leave you the printable recipe for this 9-inch Pullman loaf down in the description and on my website, robinonthefarm.com. I'm going to leave it for you in cups and spoons and in grams. Well, y'all let me know, do you like to bake by weight or by volume? That would really be helpful for me to know, but I will leave it for you both ways. Okay, so after the water and the milk, now it's time to add some sugar. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now you can use white sugar like I am today. You can use brown sugar. You can use honey. You can use maple syrup, monk fruit, stevia, coconut sugar, anything you want to use. But I'm going to add 1 teaspoon right on into my mixing bowl. This was about 18 grams of sugar. Now I'm going to add the yeast. I'm going to use the Saf Instant yeast. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of Saf Instant yeast. That's about 7 grams of yeast. Now you can also use active dry yeast or rapid rise just fine in this recipe. But I'm using 2 teaspoons of this Saf Instant yeast. I keep it in my freezer, I get it out to bake with, and I put it back in the freezer and it lasts for years and years that way. Next, I'm going to add some melted butter. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons or about 42 grams of melted butter. You can also use 3 tablespoons of any kind of oil that you'd like to. Now, this is salted butter, but you can also use unsalted butter. I really don't find that it makes that big of a difference. Okay, so just put that right on in there with everything else. Now I'm going to add the flour. I'm going to use bread flour. You'll just get a better rise, a better chew than using all-purpose flour, but you can also use all-purpose flour in this recipe. Now this is going to be 3½ cups or about 440 grams of flour. So I'm going to add that right on in there. So 3½ cups. Now I like to buy my flour and my grains in bulk from Azure Standard. You can get great deals on your flour and your grains if you buy it in bulk like that. You can buy it in 25-pound bags or even 50-pound bags. And I really recommend doing that. Then I like to store it in these big 5-gallon buckets, put the gamma lids on top, and they stay nice and fresh and ready for you to pull out of your pantry to bake with. All right, so that's 3½ cups right on into my mixer. Now, this is already time for the last ingredient. I'm gonna add some salt. This is my Redmond's real salt. This is what I use all the time if you watch me, but you can use any kind of salt that you'd like to use. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon or 6 grams of salt. I like to definitely not measure it over my mixing bowl. You don't want to oversalt your bread. The very last ingredient, wouldn't that be sad? So put 1 teaspoon of salt in there, and those are already all of our ingredients for our 9-inch Pullman loaf of classic white bread. Now I'm just going to get my mixer going. I'm going to let this mix up and knead. I'm going to let this knead for 8 minutes, and then I'll show it to you when it's time to do the next step. As your dough is mixing and kneading, you're going to want to look at your dough. You just want to be sure that it's not sticking too much to the sides or to the bottom. You want to make sure it's coming together into a nice smooth ball of dough. And if it does, then you know that you don't need to add any flour or any more water. You want to touch it. If it's tacky, but not too sticky, not sticking to your hands, then you know it's perfect. If it's looking dry and crumbly, then you need to add about a tablespoon or two of water and let it keep mixing. But this one looks great. Now that I've checked my dough, I know it looks right, and I've let this knead for 8 minutes. Now it's time to let this dough rise. I'm just gonna let it rise right here in my mixing bowl. I'm gonna cover it up, be sure that it's covered. You can transfer yours to another bowl. Be sure to cover it with a warm, wet tea towel or with some saran wrap so that it doesn't dry out while it's rising. But I'm gonna let this rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. You can let it go a little bit longer if you want to. It's definitely gonna depend on the temperature of your home. That really determines the rise time. But you want it to be puffy, expanded. It doesn't necessarily have to be double in size like you always hear, but you want it to be puffy and expanded. So I'm gonna show you this in about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll show you exactly what it should look like. All right, the dough for my 9-inch classic white bread has been rising for about 45 minutes, and you can see how good it looks. It is definitely puffy, expanded, it has risen plenty. So I'm gonna turn this out from my mixing bowl now. Oh, this dough feels so, so good. So the Pullman pans that I like the best are the USA pans. These are such high quality. Every time I get these pans out, I am surprised and amazed how much I like them. They're really heavy and good quality. Now, the thing that I like most about these is that you don't have to spray them, grease them, butter them. The bread will not stick in the slightest. So this is my 9x4x4 USA pan Pullman loaf pan. This is what I'm going to use today. I have used other Pullman pans. Don't like them nearly as much as these. Okay, so I'm gonna press out my dough. Like I said, this dough feels so good. It feels light, it feels fluffy, it's soft, it's tacky, not too sticky, easy to handle. Oh, such great dough. Okay, so I'm gonna press out all the little air bubbles, then I'm just gonna roll it up into a nice tight log. That's the easiest way to do this. Just roll it up and then pinch those seams together really well, pinch the ends together. Pat it out like that, and then flip it over, pat it out. This will help your dough to relax. And now I'm just gonna throw it into my loaf pan. And like I said, I didn't spray it, grease it, anything like that. And because we want this to be a nice flat loaf, I'm not worrying about it doming. Usually I like my loaves to be nice and domed, but not this one. So I'm just gonna press down on this a little bit, make sure it fills the edges. And so as it rises, it'll kind of expand out. Now, I'm gonna let this rise just like this in the loaf pan for 30 minutes. I'm gonna check on it in 30 minutes. I don't want this to over rise. I want to catch it when it's about 1 inch below the top of this pan, and then I'm going to throw it in the oven. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get my oven preheated to 350 degrees. If this over rises and you bake it with the lid on it, it could seep out the edges. It could be hard to get the lid off. So if you let it over rise, then I'd recommend just baking it without the lid on top, or you can take it out, repress it out, reshape it, and let it rise again. That's always an option. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. I'm gonna leave it open just a little bit so I can peek at it. But the thing that I love about the Pullman loaves is that you get this perfectly square loaf of bread. It's great for the toaster, it's great for slicing and using for sandwiches, and it has a really nice fine crumb, a really thin crust, and a really soft inside. It makes great sandwich bread. Now, a really cool thing that I heard about these Pullman loaf pans is that they originated in the 1800s on train cars. And the reason why this was important is that they could make square loaves of bread and they could stack them and it wouldn't waste space on the train car. So I thought that was kind of a cool bread history. Okay, so I'm gonna let this rise. Like I said, I'm gonna check on it in 30 minutes. I'm gonna get my oven preheated, and this should be ready to go in the oven in 30 minutes. It has only been 25 minutes and my dough has risen really quickly. It's pretty warm in my home, so that's what's gonna make a really big difference. If it's cooler, it's gonna take longer. But this is just about 1 inch under the top of my loaf pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide the lid all the way on, and I'm gonna throw this in the oven. I'm gonna let this bake at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. It's been 35 minutes and I just pulled this loaf out of the oven. It's time to look at the inside. Oh my goodness, perfect. It is a gorgeous golden color. It rose all the way to the top. This is exactly what you want yours to look like. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it over. Oh, look how easily it comes out of this loaf pan. Didn't oil it up, grease it up, or anything. Oh, look at this gorgeous loaf of bread. It's nice and square. It's a pretty color all around. Look at that. This is exactly what you want yours to look like. Now, this is also called a pain de mie in French, and I guess that means bread of the crumb because it focuses on the soft interior instead of a crusty crust like most French breads do. So for this loaf, normally I do like to rub some butter on top of my crust, but I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this with a tea towel. This will give you an even softer crust, and I'm gonna let this cool just for a little bit, because this gives you a better crumb. You're gonna be able to slice your bread better. You'll have a better texture to your bread. But if you make homemade bread, you can slice into it whenever you want to. But I'm gonna let this cool and then we'll slice into it. If you're looking for a healthy way to store your bread, these are our beeswax bread bags. They're made of 100% cotton and organic beeswax. They're 11.5 by 17 inches, nice and big, and they're handmade by me and my daughters right here on our family farm. This is how I like to store my bread. Okay, I've let this 9-inch Pullman loaf cool just a bit. It's still a little bit warm, but I am ready to slice into this. I'm gonna get you closer so that you can see the inside and the texture of this gorgeous loaf of bread. All right, let's slice into it. This is an important one for you to see up close. The inside, the texture, the crumb, because that's the whole point of this kind of loaf. Oh, that looks so good. It is so soft and light and fluffy feeling. It's definitely not dense at all. Oh, look at that gorgeous crumb. It's a beautiful fine crumb, a really fine crust. You see how thin that is? Nice and thin, not thick, not crunchy. Oh, this is absolutely perfect. Ahead and just tear into it so you can see how soft and fluffy this loaf is. Oh, look at that. This is perfect sandwich bread. Absolutely perfect. I'll leave you the printable recipe for this 9-inch Pullman loaf of classic white bread down in the description and on my website, robinonthefarm.com. You can also find our handmade beeswax bread bags there. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see y'all next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each need, ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care.